Mitchell Swepson is the frontrunner to be handed an emotional Test debut just a week after the of mentor Shane Warne, as Australia leans towards two spinners for Karachi. Key points. Australian skipper Pat Cummins says the final two tests against Pakistan are expected to be on spin-friendly pitches. Australian skipper Pat Cummins says the final two tests against Pakistan are expected to be on spin-friendly pitches. Australia took 4 wickets in Rawalpindi, where Nathan Lyon was backed up with part-time spinners. Australia took 4 wickets in Rawalpindi, where Nathan Lyon was backed up with part-time spinners. The last time Australia used a frontline Test leg spinner was a decade ago. Australia's preparations for Saturday's second Test began even before the Doer first contest in Rawalpindi was complete, with Pat Cummins resting quicks in Pakistan's second innings. Cummins then admitted the team was already strongly considering playing 2 frontline spinners in the final 2 tests of the series, after calling on part-timers to assist Nathan Lyon in the opener. Realistically, selections would not have changed the outcome of the first Test, after Pakistan finished the match 0-252 in their second innings on a wicket that offered nothing for quicks. But Australian officials are expecting Karachi to be different, with Rawalpindi previously identified as the one pace-friendly pitch. From our intel in Karachi and Lahore, a second spinner is probably the way to go, but we'll have a look, Cummins said. It may have been helpful here, but I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. We were expecting more up and down bounce and reverse swing. When asked if Australia would likely opt for a wrist spinner in the form of Swepson to partner Nathan Lyon, rather than another finger spinner in Ashton Agar, Cummins indicated it would be the case. It is an asset for sure having a wrist spinner, he said. It's something a bit different. And Sweppo has been bowling beautifully. We'll get to Karachi and have a look. But absolutely Sweppo, as a wrist spinner, is a huge chance if we play 2. If Australia was to go with Swepson, it would grant Warne a wish he called for over several seasons. The pair worked together on regular occasions in the past 3 years before the 52-year-old's sudden last week. The Queenslander has previously recalled the impact Warne had on his approach to the crease, with the Spin King slowing down his run-up within 6 balls of working with him in 2019. The change helped Swepson become the country's most consistent red ball wrist spinner, cutting his economy rate drastically while still picking up wickets. Warne first called for Swepson to be picked for the Sydney Test in 2020, and made similar suggestions in this summer's Ashes to help prepare him for the tour of Pakistan. Neither selection came to fruition, but making Swepson Australia's first frontline leg spinner since Steve Smith a decade ago would come at the end of an already emotional week for the team. It's been a really tough week, Cummins said after the draw in Rawalpindi. A few members were closer to Rod Marsh or Shane than others, and everyone deals differently. Everyone's still in a bit of disbelief, especially with Shane's passing happening so suddenly. It's certainly been a big point of conversation. Swepson's selection would likely be at the expense of Josh Hazlewood or Mitchell Starc, with Cameron Green to act as a third quick. Meanwhile, Pakistan will be able to recall quicks Haris Rauf and Hassan Ali for the second Test, after both recovered from COVID-19. AAP